Many industries require hot work tasks, like brazing, grinding, or soldering. But these can be dangerous jobs if adequate precautions aren't taken. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, developed the Hot Work Permit Program to ensure safe operating procedures are followed. Not only does this program offer a list of restrictions, it also covers the roles and responsibilities of several key personnel, including the Permit Authorizing Individual, or PAI supervisor, hot work operator, and fire watch. Each role is essential to preventing fires and explosions in hot work areas. Before hot work can start, the PAI reviews the proposed task and inspects the area where work is to be performed to determine if the hot work can be avoided by using a safer, more practical means of completing the job. For example, a handsaw produces fewer sparks than an electrical circular saw. Or you could choose to use a mechanical method to join items together, like nuts and bolts, instead of welding or soldering them. If an alternative method isn't an option, the Hot Work Permit Program is implemented. It's the PAI's responsibility to issue and sign the permit to authorize a specified hot work activity. Additionally, they'll perform periodic audits of designated hot work areas and the entire process in general. A key consideration here is that the PAI can't be the person who will be doing the hot work, but they can be a supervisor. Then there are the PAI's 4 key duties. This person should understand the facility's emergency action plan. They should regularly inspect permit-required hot work areas and maintain the instrumentation necessary for hot work operations. And they're responsible for issuing, signing, and canceling hot work permits. Once the PAI is satisfied, they issue a signed hot work permit to a competent supervisor or facilities manager. It's that supervisor's responsibility to ensure that the permit has been issued before the operation begins. This person also checks that all cutting and welding equipment is in good repair, and they ensure that employees are trained in the safe operation of the equipment and that they know and follow hot work procedures. After the supervisor has inspected the work site, the permit is issued to the operator. This usually happens at the beginning of each shift for a specific operation. So let's focus now on the hot work operator, the one actually doing the welding or cutting. This operator verifies the conditions specified on the permit and signs it. This person also determines the location of all safety equipment, such as the nearest alarm pull station, fire extinguisher, and accessible telephone. In addition, the operator should know all emergency procedures and identify a clear escape route in case of a fire. If any unsafe conditions develop, the operator must stop all hot work activities and notify their supervisor or PAI to reassess the situation. Finally, there's the fire watch. As the name suggests, this person watches for fires in all exposed areas. A fire watch is required under 3 conditions, the first of which is when combustibles are closer than 35 feet to the point of operation, and combustibles more than 35 feet away are easily ignitable. The second condition is if wall and floor openings within 35 feet expose combustibles in adjacent areas, including concealed spaces in walls and floors. And the third is if combustible material abutting the opposite side of a metal partition, wall, ceiling, or roof can be ignited by radiation or conduction. For instance, when heat travels through a steel beam, any combustible item in contact with the beam can ignite. When any of these conditions are met, the fire watch must be present during hot work to ensure it's performed safely. They should be aware of all worksite hazards as identified in the hot work permit and hot work procedures. Also, this person must have fire extinguishing equipment on hand and be trained in its use. In addition, the fire watch should know the facilities and the procedures for sounding a fire alarm. Most importantly, the fire watch has the authority to stop the operations if unsafe conditions develop. Hot work-related fires are usually caused by smoldering embers left over after the work has been finished. That's why the fire watch should remain at the site for at least 30 minutes after completion of the work and should also make periodic checks for at least 2 hours. When the PAI, supervisor, operator, and fire watch each fulfill their duties, hot work can be safely conducted. Now, let's pause here for some review questions.